Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Hajime no Ippo, episode 29. Alright, Ippo has defeated Mashiba.
That's right.
Mashiba is going to go back to the drawing board and will passionately rebuild himself in order to take this to the next level.
And Ippo will be out of the game for a while because he has to recover.
A while.
Because he kind of ruined his hand.
And he might not be able to participate in the next big tournament coming up that his delinquent buddies, who are no longer really delinquents, they're more just like aspiring boxer buddies.
Right.
They are like, oh, we would love to see you in this tournament. And he's like, but I gotta go into physical therapy and, you know, heal.
That was his last match while being a high school student.
Yes. He is now basically in that planning for the future stage where the future is now. Like, it's a scary time, and he missed his opportunity with Kumi.
Yeah. Maybe another time,
another life.
Yeah.
But
she'll be at the beach at the same time, and she'll be able to see the massive, bulging package that he's packing.
I mean, a gigantic hunka-magunka, you know?
We were talking before the episode, and we figured out that basically the reason why Ippo, even though he's in the featherweight class, is constantly fighting people bigger than him.
That look bigger than him.
Is because their weights are about the same. How is that?
How is
it that Ippo has denser, muscle and stuff?
Or bones or something?
That could be a part of it. But in addition, it's the fact that they need to account for his, 5 kilogram package of
Jahunka-madunk, you know?
yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's a humongous mahunga-lungas,
basically. Like, if you were to take, one of Takamura's biceps and, take that same amount of meat, that's probably half the size of Ippo's dong.
Oh, my God.
But,
so we've got this protagonist. He's a wholesome boy. Yes. Okay, what else? Hey, he's really strong, and he has the desire to prove himself. That's great.
He's shy and quiet.
Yes. What's his quirk, though? He has a gigantic dick.
Hey, contradictions, He doesn't exactly walk with the big dick energy, but he's got the big dick.
Yes, he has it, though. Exactly. So, y'all, Hajime no Ippo, episode 29. Without further ado, let's get into it now. Say what you will about Ippo's size in terms of, height, but
he's thick. He is a thick boy.
He's a dense boy.
Yep.
Muscle bound.
Oh, yeah.
On some level, he wants me to basically roll a D&D character whose whole thing is grappling. Just he grabs you.
What is the golden rule of tabletop RPGs, Caleb?
Never use grappling.
There are
brings out the holy Bible of grappling.
It's that's just one of those things that you generally don't do.
DM's you can make any character you want. I want my character to just grapple people. DM sweats nervously.
That's the equivalent of Kobashi with the whole clinching. It's just
right. It's
so
why?
You need to fight the troll. I try and grapple him. Oh God. Okay. I love how they do that, the spinning aspect of the eye. In there, it's not just a green flare. It would be so easy to do that, but.
Oh, training time.
Yeah.
Physical therapy time, too.
Yes.
Sendo.
Is this the guy that we saw last episode?
Oh, possibly. Yeah, you're right. It is.
Yeah.
I'm totally stoked. Oh,
okay.
He's like, oh yeah, about that, yeah.
What? Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna run straight to the gym.
He's gonna be the one challenging Ippo.
Kamogawa Gym. Oh, to Tokyo. He's just gonna run straight to Tokyo.
Rocky of Naniwa.
Okay.
All right.
We have Korewa, and now we're gonna have Naniwa. Kimura. Oh, he's got a calmer voice now.
Yeah.
Takashi Sendo. Sendo Takashi.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Ah, he's the Rocky of Naniwa. Ha ha. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, dang. Oh my god. Wow. This guy's like Harunobu Nikaido. It's like, we are destined to be rivals. Ah. Little fist injury.
A deadly technique. Oh no. Wow.
I love this guy.
Wow. Let me smash.
Come on, Ippo, let me smash. I'll give you blue. I'll go with you.
Yeah. How much you want to bet?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Cool. Whoa! Whoa! Because now he's all burned. Wow. Whoa. He could be a Miyata replacement for now, you know? Because see, it's setting up for kind of another promise they can make to each other, you know?
Yep.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, he's a fan. Sendo's amazing.
Yes. It's not like I really want to fight you or anything, Baka.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh no, he's gonna prank him.
Oh wow. Is he gonna do the thing where he keeps putting soap on his head? Oh, fingers. Oh.
Ah! Ah! Yes!
Wow. Wow.
More destructive power!
Wow.
What a ridiculous just scenario setting it up. Ah, cool. Nice. No, we're through, Ippo. Huh? Ah!
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, it's exactly like you. Yeah, he's exactly like you. Well, that's actually even more chilling because... Yeah, exactly. Right. This is something you can't really counter. You can't counter yourself. You have to outlast
don't necessarily
yourself.
Know how well you take punches when they're those kinds of punches.
Right. He immediately identifies, wait, why is this guy here?
Someone else here.
Ha! Why are you giving advice to the enemy?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I see. Are you still here? That was nice of him.
Yeah.
Whoa. So one step at a time, Takamura.
My next victim.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow.
How many classes are there?
A lot.
Oh. Yep. Seating for the idea of Ippo sparring with Takamura.
I think it's more just building up, Sendo against Ippo. Well, Takamura doesn't have headgear on. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, and that was a good... And he held back. You could tell he was holding back there. Oh. Yeah. Oh.
Because you're holding back?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot!
Oh, this is his smash?
No, this is his secret thing he's been... Whoa! He just destroyed Sendo. My God. What a ballsy! Is he dead? Yeah, he did hit me with the elbow, yeah. That's true, that's true. What I like about this, though, is that it's building up Sendo as a real character, like, really quickly, even though it lowers his coolness levels in some way.
Sure.
It makes him more realistic and relatable. And his thing is, he takes punches. He's like, I take punches. So he's like, come on, Takamura, don't patronize me. Bring it on. And he took some punches.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. He was out of money, but then he has, you know, the money more than the fare.
Well, maybe it was that it wasn't quite enough, you know.
Please reconsider. Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay. Wow. His hometown. Oh, it's about that.
Right. Did he leave something behind? Nice.
The souvenir was the hit. Oh, he did leave them there. Wow. Wow.
Cool. That was a proper introduction.
Yeah, that was a really good introduction.
Yeah, I really like Sendo.
Yeah, Sendo basically just showed up, you know, in the last episode, and it was just like, okay, that's his look.
This is the next guy.
Right. Yeah. And now we've got this character that is far more interesting. I mean, Mashiba was great, but the way they introduced Mashiba was to make him out as an antagonist.
Right. The introduction for Mashiba was less interesting. What they did with him past that point was very interesting. Yeah.
But with this, we have a character who's like he's got complexities. He's got he's got flaws. He's got contradictions. He's
just a fun character.
And he's fun. That's true.
Like the thing is that the complexities with the funness of it, I think, is what really makes it good. Because the funness makes it so that it's like, okay, we enjoy that he has been introduced, right? And then the complexities make it be more than that. Yeah.
For sure.
Sendo.
Is a good boy.
Yeah.
He's a great, fun, just boy. Like,
I love that they set up the parallel between him and Ippo so strongly. Right down to the schlong.
Yeah. Every little detail.
Or not so little detail.
Yeah.
But, like, because on the one hand, it's the kind of fight that I think will be very interesting because it's someone that could really just beat the crap out of Ippo, right? Yeah. And I'm excited to see how they do that. Because Ippo's always had that ace up his sleeve in that, if I hit them the same amount of times as they hit me, then I'll end up winning because I hit harder than they do. I
hit way harder than they do, yeah.
But having that not be a thing here is cool.
And also was something where his passion for boxing was challenged as being inferior potentially to Sendo's.
Right.
In the way that Sendo had this kind of difficulty with communicating, you know, his feelings and his thoughts and all that. It was kind of a fun little quirk of his character.
Yeah.
That every time he tried to get serious, he would not communicate so well what he was trying to say. Yeah. So it was great to see him kind of do these double takes of like, I figured out how to finally say the thing.
Right.
Like, he's the guy that probably pores over the one-liner he's going to say to some person to, like, get back at them. And then when he shows up, he's just like, I forgot exactly what I was going to do.
Or how to lead up to it or something.
Right, but then when he walks away for 5 seconds, he's like, I remember!
We applied the cortical electrodes, but were unable to achieve an neural response from the patient.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. But you see that he loves boxing.
Yeah.
Like, he loves it to the point where he's a little crazy. Like he's a little out there.
He's definitely obsessed with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Ippo might have been just kind of in that moment of, yeah, I like boxing, but I'm not sure like this guy is.
Mm-hmm. And that's a great thing to bring up right after Ippo was talking about how he needs a new goal.
Yep.
Because the thing is that this isn't, okay, it has the concrete goal, the smart goal of, okay, you know, the Osaka, you know, All Japan tournament, right? Yep. You know, assuming he can make it to that. But even if it's not that specifically, there's also this idea of just the passion for boxing, right? Because a lot of the people that he's faced have been doing it as a sport, as a career, as a, you know, way to put food on the table, you know, whatever. Sure. But I feel like it's been a long time since he's faced someone who was, or just since we've had a character introduced that just loved boxing so much. Like the closest other than Ippo, I would say, would be Takamura. Which made it very fitting that Sendo, you know, offered to spar with him.
And that Takamura is Sendo's hero.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
He recognizes the passion within another kindred soul.
And the whole thing when he's like, "Oh, are you judging me? Are you thinking that I'm just some like street brat that, you know, wanted to change things up and whatnot?" And it's like, isn't that exactly what it was for Takamura? So it's like, you know, just saying.
I also like how, on some level, Sendo ends up communicating too much when he tries to figure out how to communicate something better. So an example of this is when I have trouble communicating with someone, I will go down to the much more simpler communication and be less roundabout, if you will.
Okay.
The thing is when you give direct communication like that, there's a level of, I would say, clarity and honesty that the other person might not be like used to, and suddenly you end up communicating, because they're probably perceptive people, you communicate way more than you intended to in the immediate sense of that. And basically, if you look at everything Sendo did here, he told Ippo so much more by his actions of this whole thing, like the whole mini story of this episode, than actually what he said to Ippo.
Sure.
Like, it was something where he actually communicated, no, like, I need you to come to Osaka.
Right.
Like, it's not I want you. Like, I need you to. Like,
we must pound each other.
Right. Like, it's not like I want to, like, smash your face in or anything. Baka. Like,
exactly.
He is like full on tsundere for Ippo. Like, right now. It's the blush and everything. Like,
I'm about to give you such a pounding that Takamura will be jealous.
All Takamura sees when he sees them enter the ring is just two big, just elephant dongs just slapping against each other. He's just like, oh, it makes me so angry. Look at them, they're taunting me. He's just like, oh, I don't care who wins, just both of you beat the crap out of each other.
Well, or the thing of like, man, I wish I was having a fight right now, you know.
See, I love how Takamura has this clear, like, inferiority complex on like in multiple levels, and yet like he's also the one that's the first to go like straight for the dick. Like he's like, hey, is Aoki like out there? It's like, wait, you're just gonna jump Aoki for no reason just because you can? What is wrong with you, Takamura?
I thought he was gonna do something a bit more practical.
Right, I thought he was even gonna do the thing that they had earlier on, the
exactly.
Like, I was just like,
no, Takamura just reaches right around, boom, there
and he
go.
had his hands like this.
Yeah.
So it was just like, now they're just going into absurd territory,
right.
Like
because Takamura's got big hands for one. Like,
or maybe he doesn't because his dick is pretty small. So
I mean,
other areas
he's in the heavyweight. I'm sure his hands are, you know, decently sized.
I mean, he might be big here and here and all that, but
what
like,
I love,
maybe
though,
he's got these little hands.
What I love though is when Sendo's leaning back and they walk in. Sendo's leaning back. He's holding him up by his dick like it's a rope. Like that thing was like a foot and a half long at that point.
18 inches long. I was like, oh my god, this is so ridiculous.
Like that really is an elephant trunk at that point. Like,
oh man.
Yeah.
Wait. Actually,
No.
Was it the other way around?
What?
Was Sendo holding himself up by Takamura's? Actually, let me go back and check.
For research
purposes, we have to know what exactly was happening here.
Yep.
This is important for science.
Also, the censoring pixelization over Takamura seemed bigger than it was previously.
Also, I gotta say, it felt like, look at he had his hands like.
Yep.
It actually looked like pixel.
It's freakishly huge. Then he does like this, like damsel cower, in the corner, like oh my god, against the wall.
Right. It actually looked like, if anything, there was the part where, Sendo is holding himself up by Takamura's, but then again, it's like, wait, what is he holding on to there? Takamura's not that big.
Right, exactly.
Like, there's no way.
Unless it stretches out, or it's continuity, like they just forgot, No,
or but, maybe what it is it's just this thing of just like, they were starting to get a little into it. Takamura needed, a release, so he obliges his hero.
That thing is like as big as Takamura's shin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just say it's a dumb glitch in the art department.
Maybe it was something. Okay, here's what it could be. They didn't want to actually showcase as if he was actually holding on to Takamura's dick. So they made it just really far away and censored the whole thing so that way
Right.
I don't know. Yeah.
I just love the idea of Takamura being Guts from the abridge. All right, who wants to jerk me off?
Yeah.
Sendo in the background, like. Oh my god! All right, so that was discovered for science, as you very well know. We have Sendo's whole thing being not just that he loves, punching people and being in the ring against strong opponents. He likes the moment, the very specific moment where
he's like, I've won. Well, exactly as planned.
No, it wasn't about just winning. It was about that moment where you're challenged, where you're basically
and you overcome it. Yeah.
And yes, and you basically have to push past that. And he said it's in that moment where he had that intense expression on. Mm-hmm. And you think about Ippo, when Ippo was dealing with Mashiba, and Mashiba just wouldn't stop. He just wouldn't stop. Ippo actually started to panic, I think, a little bit. Yeah. He was in the stay down, don't get up.
Right.
But once he delivered that, that final blow that put him down, Ippo felt, I think, more a relief. Sure. Whereas the stuff that was in Sendo's eyes here, and I think this is something they should go into, is that Sendo was like, I want that hungry again. It wasn't the, finally we got that moment happen. It was Sendo's like, that's my drug. Give me another one. Give me another hit of those. Right. And it's just like, oh shoot, this is they draw the Rocky comparison here, which is hilarious.
And then he's like, hey, not Rocky Balboa.
Not Rocky Balboa is an actor. Yeah. Let's go into the actual legend, the Rocky.
True Rocky.
Yeah. What did he say? It was 50 or 60 wins, and only 6 of them were not knockouts or something like that.
But every single one was a win.
Never lost or drew
or got a draw. Yeah, exactly. So and the idea that there were just a handful of them that weren't knockouts. It's that's ridiculous. That's crazy.
And his thing wasn't about skill. It was just raw strength, just raw willpower, and just taking the brutality of it. So okay, we have what I would say actually is kind of the not a Rocky 2 situation, but kind of a situation similar to that, where you have the one character who's hungrier, and they're not coming after the waning champion in any way. Ippo is just another person on the rise in a similar way, but it's someone who might not have the same hunger, but the hunger of the rival is stirring up potentially the hunger again in the protagonist.
Sure, yeah.
And it's more something that's practical for Ippo. He got hurt. He got hurt really badly.
Definitely.
It does not make sense that he should get better fully in that time frame.
Right.
But maybe that's the thing. Maybe what it is it's like, who cares? You can beat probably the first 2 people in this whole tournament without using your right arm and your right hand that much. And it's like, I don't know.
No, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. So maybe they'll have to pull out some science and be like, all right, what are some experimental ways we can accelerate the healing process? Yeah. And they'll just happen to work for Ippo so that he can get into the tournament.
Right.
And
if you're in a perpetual state of having a boner, then your body will release more testosterone, and that'll cause your hand to repair itself faster. Yeah.
I would just love to see it be also more of a thing of like some kind of deep, like, you know, sleep-induced, I don't know, whatever, something like that, where Ippo goes into like stasis equivalent.
Like your job is to sleep, eat, and work out, and that's it. That's all you do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they put him on a
11
schedule.
hours a day, you know, deep REM. There you go.
That would be really impressive if it ends up being a sleep thing, because in some ways that's the only forced thing our bodies will do to basically repair itself, is basically just say, all right, you're done for the day. Just go sleep.
I heard that when Henry Cavill was working out for Man of Steel, that his trainer said, he's like, you need at least 10 hours a day of sleep. Ideally 11
minimum.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You know, and then there was all the workouts that, you know, they would do and stuff and whatnot. But yeah, it's like it's crazy.
Telling y'all, sleep is crazy good for just building yourself up, even just in the, not just the repairing back to normal, but just in the building up. Because if you have any positive stimulus coming into your life schedule kind of thing, sleep just then covers away all the negatives that are maybe tearing away at the base, and then it helps you build on top of that. One
of the things I've heard trainers say is that in an ideal situation, if all you had to do was worry about, like, you know, being in shape and stuff, then after your workout and after you have your post-workout, then you would immediately want to take like a 2-hour nap and just go sleep, basically.
Just like immediately after the post.
Yep.
Wow.
So that basically you give your body the fuel. It knows it needs to repair itself because you've broken the muscle down during the workout.
So it only uses that.
Right. And then you immediately go into that so that your body is doing nothing else other than repairing. But yeah.
We should try that, Jacob. Like, we should try that, because it would be interesting to see what, like maybe for specific days of the week where we could get it to work out and stuff. But the idea of working out, and you work out hard, so you actually you feel like having a nap. Like your body is telling you, hey, let's nap. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? You might be a little stiff and a little bit, you know, not cramped or anything, but it might be a little bit painful in some ways just to lie perfectly still, you know? Like, you might kind of want a little bit of, you know, motion just in general. It's like how sitting down for a long time is kind of a thing that, you know, feels kind of.
When I have been like on task with working out, I have never had a problem sleeping anywhere. Yeah, like hey, I could just be sitting in a chair and it's just
okay. All right. We have Sendo having also the respect and the acknowledgement and a little bit of assistance given to him by Kamugawa.
Yes, which was great.
The chief, yeah.
And then he sort of makes up for the fact that he got, you know, secrets from the enemy by then offering to help train Takamura, which I loved how they did that, and him being like, hey, I can learn a lot here, and he did.
The elbow thing, though,
that was cool.
That was cool. So basically, what he did that for, as I interpreted it, was he was basically not happy with what Takamura was giving him, as far as a souvenir to go home with.
Exactly. So it's like, no, let me, you know, it's like Magneto with Mystique, and it's like, let me see the real you, you know.
Yes. Perfection.
Yeah.
Boof! He hit him so hard.
Perfection.
Yeah. He hit him so hard. Sendo flew, feet left the ground. He hit the whole
and the way there was that like quick turnaround from, you know, Takamura just sort of, you know, sparring with him to he hits his nose and he's like, hey,
you hit me with your elbow.
Hit me with your elbow. Yeah, and he's like, oh, that was on purpose, and then he's just like.
Takamura just went from like, hey, bro, like,
but
chill.
It was still that thing of like, hey, watch it, you know, like,
yeah.
And then
An example of this would be Frisbee that I play is a very non-contact sport. This is completely the opposite of boxing in a lot of ways. But there are certain, I would say, respect things that you do to make sure that everything is held in a safe environment and stuff. But when you don't do those things, people will call you out and be like, hey, what the hell? Like, watch it. But if you were ever to basically not acknowledge their watch it or something like that. Or to say,
I did that on purpose.
It'd be like, do we have a problem here? And it'd be like two guys staring at each other.
And that's how you resolve things in a non-contact sport.
Right.
But in a sport where you're already beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah, and you've got gloves, so it's already like,
and the other person has headgear, so it's like, okay.
All right. You did this. It's your choice.
Yep.
You know the consequences now. That's just crazy. I don't remember exactly. I remember someone like mentioning that there was a lot of weight divisions in between featherweight and heavyweight, but I don't remember exactly how many. But if we can assume lightweight is the closest one that they have in the gym, I would assume that it's still a long ways away because it's probably the next one above featherweight.
Yeah, we should really just look this up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But good episode.
Pretty good episode.
Yeah, and again, I'm really glad that Sendo offered to get in the ring because it was one of those things where it's like, come on, do it. Yes, he did it.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for the time when we get to see Ippo and Takamura spar, even if it's not like super seriously, just so that like Ippo is like, okay, I'm going to be going up against people that are really good. If I can train against someone that's way in another class than me, then that might be Then that'll help me learn to deal with the punches kind of a thing.
I think what they did here was they slightly lowered the rule of cool factor for Sendo by having Takamura beat the crap out of him, but then they brought it back up again by having him in his desire be displayed so well here. But I think what they're more showing here, Jacob, though, is that Takamura and Ippo will never, almost never seriously spar.
Because they're needing to go to other countries to get people to fight Takamura.
Well, Takamura is basically like, I'm going to be the champion of the world. He's looking for the big shot stuff. So
yes,
I don't think that's happening anytime soon until Ippo's 3 years older or something. He needs to be physically larger before he would even be an option to seriously
But if
fight.
he could take Takamura's punches, then he would know that he could take pretty much anyone's.
Takamura on some level does feel like the power ceiling of what Ippo could become. If you think about it, from the shonen kind of perspective. He is that in that he is not the full mentor like Kamigawa.
Sure.
He is the ideal. This is the ideal male body, basically. Just minus one part
with the hair included. That's necessary.
That is very true. Yeah. That's very true.
Yep.
But yeah, Ippo, y'all.
Yep.
This show, it knows how to do the humor. It knows how to do the character stuff. It knows how to do the setup stuff for a future arc of story, and it knows how, in some ways, to, I would say, weave the character dynamics of this new, I would say, parallel protagonist, actually. Because the way he was introduced and the way he was developed was very different from every other rival of Ippo's.
Yes.
There's not this pure wholesomeness from, Otsuma or Kabashi. And there's not this pure antagonism stuff from Mashiba in the introduction. And then there's not the ego-tripping stuff of Hayami. We have actually this, familiarity stuff that's mixed with this aggressive passion that's, kind of wholesome in that it doesn't, Sendo doesn't know how to be passionate in a way that works well with people.
He's still bumbling a little
bit.
But
so it makes him very likable.
Yes.
So we just have that to look forward to. So guys, if you want to watch the next episode's reaction to this wonderful show right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about stories or Hajime no Ippo non-spoilery, or just anime in general or whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.